Hello, welcome back to Kitty Code Ninja Tutorials. This is Ellie and this is your place to learn to code and have fun. In this tutorial, we're going to create a Pong game in Scratch. Let's dive in. Okay, before doing anything, let's see a demo of the game first. So this is what we're going to develop. We have this ball on the stage that is supposed to bounce around, and by this green thing I'm controlling this. I'm preventing this ball from falling down. This green thing moves horizontally by moving my mouse. So when I move my mouse left, it moves left, and when I move my mouse right, it moves right. And when the ball hits the red line, I'm game over. So if I play start, I move this green thing so that the ball doesn't come down. And then if I let it fall, I'm gonna be game over. So now I don't move it until it falls down and hits the red line so that you can see how we can be game over. We're kind of lucky here that it doesn't fall down. So I move it a bit here. Yes. Now this game is finished. So let's see how we can program this. Now time to write the code. Let's again go to scratch.mit.edu like always, and then we click on the create button here. Now I can create a new game or new whatever animation, anything from here. Our goal today is creating a Pong game. So when the page opened, I delete this cat. First, let's put a backdrop. I click here and I choose some backdrop. We can choose maybe this one, and then we need to choose a ball. So I search for ball. We can take any ball that we like. I choose this one, and then let's first bounce this ball around. So the first sprite that we are programming is bouncing the ball. How we can do that? We start everything usually with when start clicked. So I drag this block of code when start clicked. I turn the ball to some direction, and from there I ask it to move around, and also I need to tell the ball what to do when it's touching the edges. So first thing, from the motions, I turn the ball, turn some degrees, maybe 15 degrees, or you can change it to anything you like. After turning the ball, something needs to be repeatedly done, so since I'm saying repeatedly, I use this forever from the control. So forever, so it turns to some direction, it needs to move. So from the motions, I say move. The default is 10 step. I can make it maybe 15, 16 or whatever. The more, the faster. So it moves to some direction, and then something needs to happen when it touches the edge. If I look here, there is a code for if on edge bounce. So if it hits the edge, it would bounce. So let's play and see what happens. Really cool. it moves around. When it touches the edges, it bounces. So let's stop and go to the next step. Now let's write the second step, which is moving the paddle. So we need a paddle first. Let's go here and choose a paddle sprite. So I search for paddle, which is this green thing. Now I need to I drag it down. I need to write a code so that when my mouse is moving to the right and left, this paddle is also following it, or like moving to the right and left. What a code could be. First, when start clicked. So when start clicked, I need something to happen forever. So I choose the forever block. I drag the forever block, and then in order to follow the mouse on the horizontal direction, there is something here, set x2. So I drag set x2 from here, and then instead of this number, I go to the sensing. We have this mouse X. So whatever is the position of the mouse, this paddle would take the same position. So here we can see the mouse position. So this paddle would follow the mouse, my mouse pointer position, that we can see it here. So if I click start, you see this X is changing over there, and my paddle is following my mouse. Okay, we're done with this step as well. So I'm gonna stop it, and then we can see the next step. The next step is I want the ball to bounce off the paddle whenever it's hitting the paddle. So how to write this? I'm gonna write a program for the ball. So I click on the basketball sprite or whatever ball that you have, and then again I say when start clicked, like before, I need something to be happening regularly. So I'm taking forever, I'm dragging forever. What I want to happen is I'm thinking about a condition. I want the ball to bounce if, only if, is touching the paddle. So I need an if. I go to the control, and then I drag the if block. So as I said, my condition was touching paddle. So on the sensing, I can find touching paddle. I drag it here and I put it inside the if. So if touching paddle, then I want it to bounce. So in order to bounce, it needs to turn a little bit and then move. So from the motion, I take turn. For the turn, let's choose a number between maybe 150 to 180. So from the operator, I say turn, and then I take a random number. So again, I show it here from the operator, pick random number instead of 15 between 170 to 180. 90. The reason is I want it to bounce back, so the direction should be almost opposite what it was, so almost 170 to 90, so like mirroring it and then bouncing it. So first turn and then move, and then I take move. This time I can choose maybe 10 if I want it to go slower than this one, or I can do whatever I want. And then I also want to have some weight in between moves to make the movements look a bit more natural. So from control, I take weight a tiny bit, maybe half a second. Let's see how it works. I play and then I move my mouse so that when the ball hits the screen paddle, it bounces up. Really cool, isn't it? I love it. Okay, stop. Now the last step is we want to add a red line so that when the ball hits the red line, the game is over. Let's see how to write it. To program the game over, we need a red line. So from the sprites, I search for line. So we have the line here. Now I need to program the line. Again, when start clicked from the event. So when start clicked, so first thing is after start, I want this red line to drop down to the lowest position. So how to write this? I can write it like go to x0, y minus 170. So it will drop to the very bottom of the stage. And then again, game over thing is something that happens forever. So forever something needs to be checked, which is whenever the ball hits the red line, then we're game over. So I need a forever, which is in the control. So forever, and then I need a condition. So I go to the if, I drag an if then from control, and my condition is if touching the ball. So from the sensing, I drag touching basketball. So if my red line is touching the basketball, then I need everything to be stopped so that I'm game over. So from the control again, I have stop all, which is here. So I drag it and then let's play the game. I click start. Right away I was game over. So I put it up again. I drag it up again. So I click start and then oops, I gamed over so quickly. So I need to be really quick not to let the ball to hit the red. So again I click, I put it up, I click, okay, yeah. So with the paddle I can push up the ball, but then if I not quick enough so that it's hitting the red line, I'm game over. So we're done with writing this code. This was an easy and very interesting game. I'm gonna put the link to the code in the Scratch website in the comments below so that you can go and check it out and see it more clearly. Feel free to share your feedback, comments, and any questions if you have in the comments below. I'm happy to go and answer your questions. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so that you won't miss another tutorial. See you next week.